The eye drop trap. If you're over 60 and you've been reaching for eye drops every single morning, blurry vision, dry eyes, struggling to read in dim light, I need you to stop for just 3 minutes. Because what I'm about to share with you is changing how eye health is being understood for people over 60, and it's something most people are never told. Here's something that almost no one talks about. The American Academy of Ophthalmology estimates that over 12 million Americans aged 40 and above have some form of vision impairment. And the number one response? Eye drops, supplements, stronger glasses. But almost nobody asks the most important question: what is your body actually missing that's letting your eyes deteriorate in the first place? Because here's what the research is now showing. In many cases, it's not just aging. It's a specific nutritional deficiency that most people over 60 have, and they have absolutely no idea. And there is one superfood, one that most of you have probably walked past in the grocery store dozens of times, that directly targets that deficiency. Stay with me, because by the end of this, you will never look at eye health the same way again. Why eyes deteriorate faster after 60, the real reason. Let's start with the biology, because once you understand this, everything else makes sense. Your eyes have an extraordinary energy demand. The retina, that thin layer at the back of your eye that converts light into the images you see, is one of the most metabolically active tissues in the entire human body. It needs a constant, uninterrupted supply of oxygen, antioxidants, and specific nutrients to keep functioning properly. After the age of 60, two things happen simultaneously. First, your body's natural antioxidant production declines sharply. Second, your gut becomes less efficient at absorbing the nutrients your eyes depend on. The result? The delicate cells in your macula, the central part of your retina responsible for sharp, detailed vision, begin to accumulate oxidative damage faster than your body can repair them. This is the underlying mechanism behind age-related macular degeneration, or AMD, which the National Eye Institute identifies as the leading cause of vision loss in Americans over 60. And here's the part that most people are never told. Dietary intervention has been shown in peer-reviewed clinical trials to directly slow, and in some cases partially reverse, this damage. Not eye drops. Not surgery. The nutrient gap your eyes are quietly suffering from. Before I tell you what the superfood is, you need to understand what's missing, because this is the key to why it works. The two most critical pigments for protecting your retina are called lutein and zeaxanthin. These are carotenoids, plant pigments that your body deposits directly into the macula, where they act like a built-in pair of sunglasses, filtering out damaging blue light and neutralizing free radicals before they can destroy your photoreceptor cells. Here's the shocking part. Your body cannot produce lutein or zeaxanthin on its own. Not a single molecule. It must come entirely from what you eat. And the ARDS-2 study, the largest clinical trial ever conducted on nutrition and eye health, funded by the National Eye Institute and following over 4,000 participants, found that adequate lutein and zeaxanthin intake reduced the risk of advanced AMD by 26% in people at high risk. 26%. From food. From nutrients. But here's the problem. Studies consistently show that the average American adult gets less than 20% of the lutein their eyes actually need every single day. The gap is enormous. And that gap is silently accelerating the deterioration of your vision while you buy bottle after bottle of eye drops that do nothing to address the root cause. If this is already making sense to you, do me a quick favor, tap the like button right now. It genuinely helps this information reach other people over 60 who need it. And subscribe if you haven't already, because we post evidence-based health information like this every week. Now let's get to the superfood itself, and I think you're going to be surprised by what it is. The superfood, cooked egg yolks, and why the science is extraordinary. The superfood is the whole egg, specifically the yolk. And before you say, but cholesterol, I need you to stay with me because the science on this has fundamentally shifted, and the data on what egg yolks do for your eyes is genuinely remarkable. Egg yolks are the single most bioavailable source of lutein and zeaxanthin that exists in the human food supply. Yes, kale and spinach contain more total lutein by weight, But research published in the Journal of Nutrition found that the lutein from egg yolks is absorbed 3 times more efficiently than the lutein from vegetables. The fat naturally present in the yolk acts as a carrier that dramatically improves absorption in your gut. A landmark study from Tufts University placed participants on a diet that included 1 egg per day for 5 weeks. Researchers measured macular pigment optical density, which is the actual concentration of lutein and zeaxanthin inside the eye itself. After just 5 weeks, macular pigment density increased by an average of 26%. That is a measurable, objective change inside the eye. Not a symptom score. Not a self-report. An actual structural change in the tissue protecting your vision. A separate 12-week clinical trial published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that older adults who consumed eggs daily showed significant improvements in contrast sensitivity, your ability to distinguish objects from their background in low light. This is one of the earliest functions to decline with macular deterioration, and it improved. With eggs. What about cholesterol? Here's what the research actually says. I know what you're thinking, because it's one of the most common concerns people raise. I've been told to avoid egg yolks because of cholesterol. Here is what the most current evidence actually shows. The 2020 to 2025 dietary guidelines for Americans removed the previous 300 milligrams daily cholesterol limit, stating that the available evidence does not support a specific numerical limit for dietary cholesterol in healthy adults. Multiple large meta-analyses, including one published in the British Medical Journal reviewing data from over 1.6 million participants, found no significant association between egg consumption of up to 1 per day and cardiovascular disease risk in healthy individuals. For your eyes specifically, the trade-off is not even close. The lutein, zeaxanthin, and omega-3 fatty acids in egg yolks provide documented, measurable protection to the macula. And the choline in eggs. One yolk provides about 147 milligrams, nearly 27% of your daily need, is essential for the photoreceptor membranes in your retina to function properly. If you have a specific medical condition that requires cholesterol restriction, speak with your doctor. That is always the right call. But for the majority of people over 60, the evidence strongly supports including whole eggs in your daily diet specifically for visual health. How to prepare eggs for maximum eye benefits. The way you cook eggs matters because heat affects how much lutein and zeaxanthin your body can absorb. These nutrients are found mainly in the yolk and are highly valuable for eye protection. The key rule is simple: do not overcook the yolk. Avoid cooking it until it becomes completely hard. Prolonged high heat can reduce the availability of carotenoids in egg yolks. Hard-boiled eggs cooked too long may provide less lutein benefit compared with eggs that are soft-cooked, poached, or lightly scrambled. The best methods are poached eggs, soft-boiled eggs cooked for about 6 to 7 minutes, or lightly scrambled eggs cooked on medium-low heat and removed while still slightly glossy. Fried eggs are acceptable if cooked gently on low heat and the yolk remains intact until eating. For better absorption, eat eggs with healthy fats such as avocado, olive oil, or walnuts. Fat helps the body absorb carotenoids more effectively. Avocado is especially useful because it also contains lutein. Aim for 1 to 2 whole eggs daily. Do not remove the yolk because that is where the main eye-supporting nutrients are found. Benefits beyond lutein. Eggs support eye health in several ways. They contain vitamin A in the form of retinol, which helps the retina's light-sensing cells function properly and supports vision in dim light. Eggs also provide zinc, which helps lutein and zeaxanthin reach the macula, the central part of the retina responsible for sharp vision. Zinc is also included in major eye health supplement formulas for this reason. Eggs contain DHA, an omega-3 fatty acid important for retinal structure, dry eye support, and healthy vision. Before relying only on eye drops or blaming age, support your eyes with real nutrition. 1 or 2 properly prepared eggs daily, with healthy fat, can make a meaningful difference over time.